But I want to talk some more about the trade deadline. It's still coming up on November 2nd. I feel like there's a lot of guys, that could be traded, that are in rumors. There's definitely some teams that could use another weapon to kind of complete, their team and put them into Super Bowl contention. So I just want to know from you guys, what players do you see getting traded and to what team?
I've got one.
What's up, Stat Boy?
Recently, Deshaun Jackson of the LA Rams has requested a trade. He doesn't.
Oh,
Is going to probably go through. He's just
no.
now. So, who do you think he might
Is he
Interesting.
go?
coming back to Philly?
There's no way. We are not buyers right now. We are the opposite of buyers.
and also
Isn't
every receiver
Deshaun
you
Jackson
have
like
is Deshaun
34?
Jackson.
Yeah, but every
Yeah.
once in a while he runs really deep, really fast.
He's still good in the deep ball. I'll give him that.
He's one of
He's
the
still
faster
got
players
it.
in the league, even though he's like
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, I'll give him that, but it doesn't make sense for the Eagles to get him because basically all their receivers are like Deshaun Jackson esque, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of all the same build and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't see the Eagles.
You know where I could see him going?
Packers?
I could see him going to the Chiefs.
Oh no, he said the Chiefs though. But yeah, I know we were right on with that one. But I don't see him. I don't see him going to the Chiefs though. They have Tyreek Hill. That's
Josh
their.
Gordon.
We might want
Josh
to reunite with Andy Reid.
That's true, and I mean Mahomes. Well, I mean Mahomes might be out, so God knows if he's going to throw the ball to him. But I don't see the Chiefs going after Deshaun Jackson. I think if anything, they go for just some defensive help.
Their offense hasn't been performing as good as it has in previous years, and I think they're looking for anything. A lot of their draft picks, McCole Hardman hasn't panned out the way they wanted him to. I could see him going there, competing for that fourth on the depth chart.
I don't see it. I think like Ryan and I said, I think the Packers is a great option for
Packers need a
Deshaun Jackson.
Too.
They
Randall
really-
Cobb isn't it? I mean, don't be wrong. Every once in a while, he gets 3 catches. 2
Okay, look,
touchdowns.
I don't know if I don't think Deshaun Jackson could be a wide receiver
Okay, maybe not
too.
2, but
He's definitely helped. He is, he's a upgrade over Valdez Scantling, who is good at the deep ball. He just can't catch it.
yes. Rodgers.
Right. So
Maybe
I think,
the Eagles should pick him up.
Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, because drop the ball.
Yeah, I don't think the Packers.
We need a
would
new
just-
Nelson Aguilar. We need
Yeah,
a new
yeah.
Nelson Aguilar.
Oh, Deshaun Jackson to the Patriots. Get Mac
No,
Jones the deep ball
no,
help.
Absolutely not.
Mac Jones doesn't throw the ball deep
But what
down
if
the
he
field.
did?
No.
Oh, if he had Deshaun Jackson, he would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson on a freaking go route every time. Nothing else.
I was just say I don't know why you would send him on anything else. I
There's
mean,
no
that's
use.
yeah. If it's successful, literally 10% of the time, that's at least 2 or 3 50-yard plays. That sounds good to me.
What if
But-
he stays in LA and just goes to the Chargers?
I mean, they got Mike
Mike
Williams.
Williams. He's
Yeah, he's one, but he's
I
just
would-
another
I
addition
would say
that helps them out in the playoffs.
right, but Stat Boy, I'll back you up on that in the fact that the Chargers, I think, need a third receiver. A really good slot receiver. I'm not sure who would it be. I honestly think Brandon Cooks would be perfect. But the Texans aren't going to get rid of him, and I honestly don't understand why.
sucks for him.
It really does. It really does. Because he's catching balls from Davis Mills right now, and he could be catching them from Justin Herbert. He really could. Sad boy hours. But
Could not
You go
be
back-
the team
go back to
catching
New England.
Deshaun Watson, but
no way. New England's not getting anybody. They're not going to trade for anybody. They're not
Bring
gonna-
Brandon Cooks back.
Right. He sucked on the Patriots, though, didn't he? The only memorable play was him getting fucking
He was only there
annihilated
for
in the Super Bowl. Yeah, and he was a bust for my fantasy.
That's
team
fine.
that
He was
year.
only there for a
Don't-
year and a half. There's
Yeah,
a new quarterback. Whole new
Don't think I'm
team.
going to forget that.
this is
Don't
a
think I'm
brand
going to
new,
forget
better
that.
quarterback than when he was there the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the new age. It's a younger version. They got a
Yes.
younger, better version. So maybe he would
Exactly.
be a better fit. But no, I really want Brandon. I want the Packers to get another receiver, whether that's Odell, Brandon Cooks, Deshaun Jackson. I feel like they have to get another receiver.
You know who it could be? Now, personally, I think he has a lot of potential. Didn't work out in New England. N'Keal Harry. He's been asking for a trade for like a year and a half now. The Patriots don't like him. They've made that painfully clear.
Yeah.
And, he's a former first-round pick. I think they could get at least a little bit of value in return for him. He's 6'4", 220, I think. Pretty big physical receiver.
He's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Packers' new receiver, Chris Caulk.
Sign him right now. Do it.
I'll text Rodgers.
All right. Well, you got to text Rodgers. I'll text Chris. We'll
Okay.
get the deal done.
Good. Done.
But I do like the Patriots trading N'Keal Harry. I think that definitely makes sense. He's just a receiver wasting his talent right now because I don't know why they're not playing him. They decided to play Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar over him.
Well, I think Kendrick Bourne is a better receiver than N'Keal Harry is right now, but N'Keal Harry just never really clicked in New England. I don't know what it was. I mean, this season he's played in quite a few games, and granted he had an injury, has less than 70 yards right now. He played in 14 games last season and had less than 300 yards.
Wow. I see, because I thought for me it just that wasn't getting enough reps, but I guess he's just not a great route runner, or Brady just hated him. I don't know, but
he's played under 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. But I would like to see the Steelers get another receiver after Juju going down. I like Deontay Johnson and Claypool, but James Washington he doesn't really want to be there.
You're gonna pretend.
Give me James Washington for N'Keal Harry.
You're gonna be like Anthony Miller's not on our practice squad.
Anthony Miller is going to do nothing.
Breakout player of the year.
There's so many better options that we can have than Anthony Miller. The breakout Anthony Miller.
Another player. All right, so hear me out. This isn't a player that I think will get traded, but I think it would make a lot of sense for him to get traded. Okay? Saquon Barkley.
Giants give up Saquon?
Why would they ever trade Saquon?
They would be so dumb.
Why? That makes no sense to me.
Even if he's constantly.
I know, but he's good enough to the point where I'm crying on the inside.
Where you could get a first-round pick or two for him.
I hope you would.
You could get a first-round pick or two for him.
Dude,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Straight up,
I think that 2 first-round picks would be more valuable to the Giants than Saquon Barkley.
Look, the only good first-round pick that the Giants have ever made was Saquon Barkley. Okay, I do not trust the Giants in getting a first-round pick or 2 for Barkley. But Barkley is a generational talent. I don't care how often he gets injured. You have to keep.
How's he a generational talent? He's played like 20 games.
Okay, his skills and the way he plays, that is how he's a generational talent.
You've barely seen him in 2 years. You don't know that.
Not player,
he's
talent.
He's on the third year of his contract.
Talented players in the NFL. He's one of the most talented players in the NFL.
Look, he's on the third year of his contract.
Yeah. You're not giving him an extension.
He's on the third year of his contract.
No. Justin, I want you to answer this question. If you don't trade Saquon Barkley and you're the Giants, do you give him a contract extension? If you're the GM of the Giants,
no. No.
If I'm GM of the Giants, I'm trading him.
Are you kidding me?
Dude,
you're not going to give him a.
He's on the third year of his contract. He has 1 year left mandatory and then a 5th year option, which fine. After that, he's probably going to want to leave regardless. So you might as well collect as much as you can for him right now before he heads to another team.
This is the thing I've disagreed with you about the most, because Danny Dimes, and don't get me wrong, he definitely still has some learning curves, but he's getting better. That team is getting better. He is not going to want to leave if the team gets better. And you're not going to do that.
I think the team is getting better.
He's there unless you keep him and not trade him.
Look,
also,
I don't think Danny Dimes is the future. Danny Dimes is never going to be a Super Bowl quarterback. I could never, at this current point in time, I could never see Daniel Jones being a Super Bowl quarterback. I don't see Saquon Barkley's injury habits changing anytime soon. And he's already injury prone quarter or running back, and running backs already don't have a huge lifespan in the NFL. He's coming up on his 4th year with an average of what? 4 to 8 years of a running back at most. That's a good career. I say get him the fuck out of there, get what you can for him, and keep going with the team. Running back is one of the easier positions to replace. Now, I'm not saying Saquon isn't great, but there's a contender right now who would give you 2 or 3 first-round picks and another solid running back, no problem.
I'm not going to say I don't completely disagree with it.
He's got some backed up. He's backing his ideas up.
But it's Saquon Barkley.
It is, but how? Name me the generational talent running backs that have been a part of a Super Bowl winning team in the past 4 years.
Okay, give me a second because I'm a little slow. So I'm trying to think. The Eagles won. There was none there.
The leading
Chiefs won,
rusher
there was
in
none
like
there.
the leading
Pats
rusher in every
won,
Super Bowl
okay,
within the last 10
but
years,
that's
I
only
think, has
4
been
years.
close to a league
That's
minimum
only 4
contract.
years, okay? That's more on the quarterback. It's not like they're going to get a quarterback for Saquon Barkley. So maybe
not straight up out of a team, but it picks you could.
I don't see them getting a high enough pick from a Saquon Barkley trade because the teams that they would be trading with are going to have lower draft picks. And I'm not saying you can't find a quarterback there, but it's less likely. I just
Running
don't
backs
think it
usually
would
go
make
towards
any
the end of the first
sense.
round anyways, early second.
I know, but I'm saying if you're going to draft a quarterback to like use Saquon to get a quarterback, because of the last couple teams that have won the Super Bowl, obviously it's because of the quarterback and the defense.
Well,
but you know what I mean? Like they have a stellar quarterback.
Listen to this.
That had a lucky
These
run.
are the last leading rushers in every Super Bowl. Look, in the last couple years, you have Sonny Mitchell as a leading running back in the Super Bowl. Garrett Blount twice. C.J. Eric Anderson. LeGarrette Blount again. Percy Harvin. Okay, Ray Rice was up there. But, like, these are close to league minimum contract guys. Good teams don't build around running backs. The only running back I could see being a Super Bowl, game-changing player is Derrick Henry right now.
I think Saquon can when he's healthy.
Not on the Giants.
I think you're not understanding the impact of the Giants offense, like the loss of Saquon, how detrimental that is to the overall offense. Okay,
he's already been lost. They've been lottery picks the last 2 years because he hasn't been there.
Okay, but if you look at the games when he's healthy and he plays versus the games that they play without him, they probably score at least, I would say, a touchdown less, probably about 100 yards less. It's just kind of ballparking there. But they don't their offensive line is garbage. They don't have a run game without him. The only reason that he's able to put up pretty decent numbers, he would put up even better if he had a better offensive line. But they don't.
That's what I'm saying.
The Giants have never had a running back.
And 2 touchdowns every 10 games is not worth having to, extend his contract.
But I'm saying
have him walk in 2 years to get nothing.
That helps Danny Dimes so much because they're not just it's a dual threat if you have Saquon in that backfield. Without him, you just have to worry about Danny Dimes because that offensive line.
There are cheaper alternatives that would suffice over Saquon. I'd rather take, the 2 or 3 first-round picks or another solid running back over having Saquon if I was the Giants.
But he's just he's not a replaceable running back. He's on another level of every other running back.
When he's healthy, but he's almost never healthy. That's what I'm saying.
Going into another season with 2 ankle
in 3 years, he has totaled 36 games.
That's tough.
In 3 years, that's not bad. That's only missing like 4 games a year. That's not like too bad.
Now that he's got both ankles messed up as a running back,
I don't know, man. I feel like he's just a talent you can't give up on. This is their star player on offense. Okay,
I don't think he's important enough to the Giants. I think he could be very important to a contending team right now, not to the Giants.
I just think that the Giants offense is lost without him, and I understand that he can obviously help out contenders,
They're
but like,
lost with him.
okay, well that's more because nobody's healthy at the same time. Jason Garrett sucks at play calling. Their offensive line is garbage. They have other problems. It's not Saquon. It's just.
I'm not saying they don't have other problems. Okay, I'm not saying that. They are fourth in the NFC East right now. Okay, they are not a great team. If they're going to be mediocre with him, why not just get what they can for him before they A, have to pay him, or B, he walks away, or C, he's injured for the rest of his career?
I just feel like he's worth the injuries. He's worth going through. But he's not a replaceable running back.
No, you're saying replacing. You're saying get someone a little bit worse to be able to fill other spots of the team.
I'm saying that like Danny Dimes needs Saquon.
Danny Dimes needs any running back that's decent. If you have Saquon,
No decent running back is going to be able
If
to
you have
run
Saquon
in that
for
offense
five-
at all.
then use your Saquon trade to get something to help build the offense. The point is, you're not just replacing. You're not going a one-up trade Saquon for some mediocre running
Well,
back.
yeah, I know.
You can build the offense around him with this trade, around new guy, Mr. New Guy.
Okay, I just disagree with all of you. I think they suck at drafting, and that's
I
why
think they
trading.
suck as a sport team.
They suck at drafting. That's why they suck as a sports team.
They're horrible. They're one of the worst
I know.
Super Bowl winners of all time.
I know. Okay. Are there any other players that
You know,
we
I
think?
think the Steelers should trade Aaron Ebron.
Okay. I don't know who would go for him though.
I don't know.
I-
I just think
I
we should get rid
don't.
of him.
I don't see it. Literally, the only team maybe I would see is the Bills.
Another player I'd like to see get traded is Jonnu Smith. I know I've been talking about the Patriots a little bit tonight, but Jonnu Smith, I don't think has panned out so far the way that the Patriots expected, the way that the
Definitely
fans
has not.
expected. They kind of expected another Gronk, Aaron Hernandez type of duo with him and Hunter Henry, and it just hasn't panned out that way. And you've been seeing him flex him out a little bit, but he just hasn't been getting the touches to warrant his contract. And that may be enough, in my opinion, to warrant Belichick looking for a trade. And I still think he has a decent amount of trade value. He's had some good seasons, and he's a talented player. I just don't think he's fitting with the Patriots offense right now.
I agree with you. He's too good of a player to be getting the touches that he is. Like, he's probably only getting 2 catches a game, maybe. And I understand he's a backup to Hunter Henry, but
Exactly.
You're right. For the value the Patriots are paying him, it's just not worth it. It's just, I was so confused when that happened. I mean, I understand that the Patriots like their 2 tight end sets, but they don't have Tom Brady anymore. Mac Jones is not able to distribute the ball as well as Tom Brady was. So I didn't really understand that, but I think you're right. Jonnu Smith needs to be traded. And especially because he is a great passing option on a contending team, like the Packers or
Tunyon's hurt, so
yeah, the
actually
Tunyon's
wouldn't be
hurt.
a bad move.
I'm trying to think because the Rams have Higbee, the Cardinals just got Ertz, maybe the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Before
But I
Ertz,
guess
the Cardinals would have
the
been
Seahawks
perfect.
are probably out of it anyway.
Yeah, the Seahawks are basically.
Yeah, I don't see them making it. Chiefs have Kelsey.
The Vikings.
Bills have Knox. I mean, the Ravens have Mark Andrews. Maybe the Bengals. Maybe the Bengals. I'd like to see the Bengals get him, as they are a contender.
I like the Bengals.
Like I said earlier in the
Who
video.
do the Vikings have at tight end right now? I don't think they really have
Coughlin.
anybody.
Yeah, Coughlin.
Yeah, because Irv Smith Jr. is out for the year.
I'd take Jonnu over Coughlin. I wouldn't mind
yeah,
seeing him
100%.
Yeah,
in Minnesota.
I'd take Jonnu over Irv Smith Jr.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Those are all good players almost all good players that may or may not be traded for the deadline. We will see. I'm kind of annoyed that more hasn't happened, I'll be honest. I was a little confused by the Rams trading Kenny Young to the Broncos. That didn't really make any sense to me. That's really the only trade that's gone down.